most during the exercise, that's what you're changing. You don't want to max out the same muscle every single time. You want to change it so it's it's working a different way. So, doing a rack lockout, and you get 550 on your rack lockout. That's a pretty good exercise. But if you're doing 500 off the floor and you're going rack lockouts like above your knee and you're putting like 800, it's probably so far away, it's probably not going to carry over that well because you have a glaring weakness somewhere. I mean, if you can lock out 800, but then off the floor you can only lock out 500, that's too big of a difference for that exercise to be any good. So that's the only time like we'll throw exercises out. It's like, I'm too good at this exercise, it can't help me. Like, there's no way this exercise, because I'm cheating somehow, and my body's like leveraged in a certain way, not in the same position as I am in a deadlift. So we'll throw that out. Like some guys on the box squats, they'll rock really bad, and they get like they're able to rock, and I don't know how they do it, but they kind of can catapult themselves off the box. So we like tell them you can't rock. Like we eliminate because it's cheating. Like they're not. Yeah. It's not cheating, but they're getting too much out of the lift that's not going to carry over. So that's the only time like an exercise gets thrown out is if you're too good at it, then it's not an exercise you need to be doing. So.
What's the benefits of the compression suits that you guys wear?
Oh, they just add weight. They were designed for safety, but they've just gotten more advanced and yeah, they just have rebound effect to them. So. World record holder walk out of the gym. Yeah. Try to come back. No, it's just not that. It's just when you leave, you leave. You can't come back in because so much. When you leave, you like walk out on the team. You're not just leaving the coach. Right. You're leaving a team. And so it's like when you're gone, there's a lot of bad blood. Regardless if you try not to have bad blood, there is because a piece of the puzzle is gone. Now you're trying to figure it all out again. This gym has been huge and then small and then huge and then small. And when I moved here, they was going through a lot of stuff. People had left, people had quit, people had been kicked out. And, everyone, when I moved here, a lot of people thought I was crazy, said Westside was done, it would never be the Westside it was, and now we got Neutron's #1 in the world at 275, currently ranked 50 pounds off the all-time world record. I'm #1, currently ranked at 308. Tony was the #1 ranked show lifter last year. He's dropped down to 308 this year. Hopefully he gets a good meeting in December. People say this stuff all the time, and I've just seen the gym grow, and the only reason is because of Louis. Like, he knows, it don't matter who you are, it gets you stronger, but he knows talent when he sees it. He knows potential when he sees it, and he can tell you pretty much this is what you're going to do in 2 years. When I moved here, he said, 2 years, you'll total 2,600. I did it in a year and a half, and then I did 2,650, and now, his new goals for me, and it's like I don't have any doubt I'm going to do it because he already predicted what I was capable of. So it's just kind of like a formula. He just plugs in the people and then boom, there's the results, and that's the thing, you just got to have the people, and as long as Louis here and there's people here, there'll be world record holders here, so it's a really cool place to be, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of CrossFit gyms end up like that, like Westside, where they send groups to the games, and guess who the top 10 finishers are? It's the same gyms every year, different people, but it's the same gym. It's they're from Rogue Fitness. Well, why? Because they had the champion, and he knows how to train a champion, and just gets passed along. So I don't doubt that that's going to be the case. But you guys are all young though, so you probably got another 20 years left yourselves.
Yeah, I hope.
So, you say you do it with 40 pounds, right?
Right, that's a test.
You know, light and chin? You want to talk about light and chin?
Yeah, so you just are going to apply the same concepts to chin-ups as you do for all your max effort exercises, and you're going to change the variations of the chin-ups. Obviously, you can just change your grips, but you can do the light method where you have the bands around your ankles, and obviously each band is going to be a different you can do, if you don't have bands, or you don't have enough bands, you can always have it with a partner helping. For a lot of people who can't do chin-ups, obviously you can do jumping off the box, but the lighting method allows them to do chin-ups so they get the full range of motion. Chin-ups with ankle weights, weighted vests, combinations, but basically just approach it just like you do the max. Obviously you're going to do reps, but approach the concept as far as variations go as you would anything else. Because really, like doing 30 chin-ups is cool, but next time you do them, you're going to do maybe 30 again, maybe 31, maybe 29. So, I mean, you're only going to do a certain amount, and without, you know, getting stronger at a chin-up, you're not going to, so you can have variations in there, and the bands definitely allow you to do that. You can, you know, have 2 bands, 1 band, you know, bands pulling you down too. You can have it from the bottom of the rack. You were doing those earlier. So there's lots of ways you can do it, but the purpose is the same. Increase your strength, change the variables, and you know, inevitably get better. You know, also the range of motion, you can change your range of motion too. You know, don't always have to go full range, it's preached, but you know, if you go all the way up and only come halfway down and keep going like that, it's going to have a different effect on the body than if you're doing a full range pull up every single time. So kind of like, to me, a kipping pull up is a variation of a regular pull up. You know, so there's a variation. So pull ups are in the program all the time, so we always try to do something different. You know, basically, you're just trying to shock the body so it never adapts to a certain exercise. Because once adaptation sets in, you're not going to get any better at it. So, yeah, I mean, we got this, so we can just change the aid plate by plate, but then we have bands too, and blue band, green band, you know, mini band for some guys, and just try to be creative with it, and you know, you guys will be fine. And then you know, the other ways to do it, you know, is to just change where your foot position is. You know, you have your feet out in front of you in an L, and different things like that. Every time you move, it's going to change where the load is, and you have to adjust to that. Different thickness of bars, you know, regular chin-up bar, thick grip. It's going to, you know, pull-ups holding onto the ropes, you know, pull-ups on the rings. So many variations. So don't always do the same thing over and over again, and you guys should be good. Mark, anything on pull-ups?
Oh, I love pull-ups. I do them all day. No, not a whole lot. Because I think you get the nail on the head with changing it up. You know, I know in CrossFit they kind of use the kip up deal, but in training, you know, you can just make it a little harder on yourself and try to be a little bit more strict. Go down all the way, come all the way up, use different grips, things like that.
Something that took me a while to get the concept of is that people think you have to do something for a long time to get better at it. As soon as you do it, that stimulus provides enough for your body to make a response to that. Like people think if you want to get better at chin-ups, you do chin-ups. If you never do the same variation of chin-ups twice in a year, you're still going to get stronger with chin-ups. Like even regular chin-ups. Like treat every workout as the same as an individual attack on something that you want to get stronger. You don't need to do something 2 or 3 times to get that strength adaptation. As soon as you do it, as soon as you're adapting, you're not getting anything from it. So key, especially when that's the whole concept.
You guys do rowing? Dumbbell barbell rowing? Okay. I do a lot of wide grip deadlifts, or snatch grip deadlifts. That'll build the heck out of your lats.